Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dania and today's topic focuses on the use of off, the one with double F. So I will explain to you how to use off in sentences using examples with explanations so that everything will be easy for you to understand, and so in the end you will not have any problems, any confusions in using off in sentences. Alright, so let's start with today's video. So basically, you might be wondering about the meaning of off, like what is actually off or how can we use it. You can use off to speak about different things. For example, if you end something, then we call it off. If you want to remove, or maybe when you want to finish a meeting, so we can say the meeting is off, or maybe the lesson is off, the light is off. Alright, and also going away, it means I am going away, I don't want to be involved anymore, things like that. So this is how you can use off in sentences. If you need to talk about something that is no longer happening, you can use off. Alright, so basically this is just a general meaning, but for now what we are going to do is that we will be looking at some examples with explanations to understand the idea much better, and also for you to so that you will not have any confusions or any issues in using off in sentences. So let's move into the examples. Example number 1, the bird flew off the branch. So flew here is the past tense of fly, and with the use of off means something that is no longer there, no longer connected. So what does that mean when we say flew off? That means it is no longer on the branch. It either moved to another tree or maybe flew somewhere else. Alright, so this is how we can use off in sentences. Now let's have a look at another example. She wiped the paint off her hands. She wiped off. So what is the meaning of wiped off? Wiped off, that means the paint is no longer on her hand. She washed the paint away. So maybe she washed it, maybe she used a towel to clean the paint off her hand, things like that. Alright, so anyhow, let's move into another one. He turned off the lights. Turned off. What does that mean? That means the light is no longer there, it has been switched off. So turned off is similar to switched off. You know, when we say turn on and turn off. So if we say turn on the light, that means we have lights, but if we say turn off the lights, no more lights. So when you need to click on the switch to turn off the lights, so that you will not have lights maybe in the room, maybe in the office, in the class, things like that. Alright, so in this case we say turn off. The book fell off the shelf. The book fell off. What does that mean? That means the book is no longer on the shelf, it fell off on the floor. So this is how we can use fell off. So basically it is possible to say the book fell from the shelf. That is fine, but if you want to use off, you can simply say fell off. So you can use the verb with off to say that something is no longer there. So this is how you can use off in sentences. Another example, the relationship is off. So that means we are speaking about the ending of relationship. So instead of saying the relationship is over, we can even say the relationship is off. That means there isn't any more connection between the couples. If someone asks like how is the relationship, or maybe how is it going, so we can say, oh, it is off. Simply like that, it is off. That means the relation is over somehow. Alright, let's move into another example. The kids run off to play in the park. The kids run off. Run off, that means they were maybe in a room or maybe in the house, and they decided to move like from the house to the park. Alright, so run here, when you can use it to speak about the movement, run off. So when we say they were somewhere, but after that they run to another place. Alright, so this is basically the idea of using run off in sentences. The kids run off, and run here is the past tense of run. Alright, so yeah. She turned off her phone. Why? To focus on her work. She turned off. That means she basically switched off her phone so that she will not be disturbed while working. So this is the meaning of turned off. Another thing, here we have to focus. So when you use to with the verb, it is kind of like giving a reason. So instead of saying she turned off her phone because she needs to focus on her work, you can simply say she turned off her phone to focus. So to focus, it is like giving a reason, like why did she turn off her phone? To focus on her work. Alright, so this is basically just an extra information for you. The band played their final song and then walked off the stage. Walked off, that means they are no longer on the stage. They went out the stage. Alright, so this is the meaning of walked off. So as I told you, the use of it is not really difficult at all. You can actually use it with any verb you want, as long as the meaning is related to the end of something, or the finishing, or moving away, yeah, things like that. Alright, based on this example, the band walked off the stage. That means they are no longer there. So this is how you can use off in sentences. She pulled off from the project. Why? Due to personal reasons. Pulled off. Pulled off, that means she is no longer part of the project. Why? Due to personal reasons. That means the reasons are personal. So pulled off. I believe this will be the last example of today's video. So here we have, he packed off when he realized he was wrong. He packed off. What does that mean? That means he decided to move away. Why? Because he understood, or he realized that he was making a big mistake, or he was wrong. Also, as I told you, like in the beginning of the video, we can use back off when we feel that we hurting ourselves. I will give you a scenario, like a quick scenario that just crossed my mind. Let's say, for example, you are in a relationship, all right, and you feel that the person you are connected with is maybe no longer interested, or maybe this person is maybe not very serious. So what you do in this case, you back off. That means you take a step back and you decide not to move forward, something like that. And by the way, you can use back off not just with relationships. You can actually use it with any situation where you feel that your presence is no longer maybe important, or maybe when you feel that you are just hurting yourself. So in this case, you decide to move back. All right, so things like that. Or maybe another situation, let's say you have been maybe dreaming to get something, like let's say you really wanted to travel somewhere and you have been trying so hard to travel, but things are not working for you very well. So in this case, you back off. That means you are no longer trying anymore to achieve that particular dream, something like that. All right, so this is how you can use back off. And to be honest with you, you can actually use off with almost any verb you want, as long as the meaning is related to moving away, ending something, cutting off, like things like that. All right, so this is how you can use off in sentences. And you have the creativity. You need to be creative in using off with almost anything you want. So yeah, this is basically everything like from today's video. I really hope I managed to explain the preposition of quite clearly, and you managed to understand everything related to this preposition. If you have any questions, you are always welcome to ask your questions below, so I will either respond to your questions on the chat. Otherwise, I will create another video to answer your questions with more examples and details. All right, so in this case, I will be looking forward to having you on the upcoming video, which will be on prepositions as well. So because nowadays we are focusing more on prepositions. However, if you have other topics that you want me to focus on, feel free to let me know in the comments. All right, so in this case, thank you so much for being here, for listening to everything that I have explained about. So I wish you a wonderful time, and I will be looking forward to having you on the upcoming video. Have a great time and take care. Bye bye.